tuned into the show
that informs, improves, and inspires racers everywhere.
The Northwest Race Report. The Northwest Race Report, brought to you in part by True Tech Automotive, Vancouver, Washington, home of the In the Family Racer Discount, and by Scott Seal Coat and Striping. For over 25 years, whether it's sealing or striping, you can count on Scott's. And by Product41.com. The Northwest Race Report is heard exclusively at TerryBridgesRacing.com. And now back to your horsepower and performance hosts, Terry Bridges, Glenn Tower, and Jeff Eden. Oh, what is going on, racers? Welcome to another edition of the Northwest Race Report. I'm your horsepower and performance host, Terry Bridges. And in the house, that's me. In the house, we got Mr. Glenn Lippy Tower.
Good evening.
And I'm not even going to say it. The loader, Mr. Jeffrey Eden. What's going on, loader?
Hey, I'm very, 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 very happy.
Good deal, good deal, good deal.
I put in my notice. I will be retiring.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Now, a couple weeks ago, you couldn't wait to get back to work. Now you get back to work, and what did you decide?
I hate it.
Do you really?
I
thought you liked running that loader.
Well, I might like running it, but
that time off was a detriment.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
So May 1st, I no longer be the loader.
So we got to find another nickname for you?
I don't know if I want the one you want.
What makes you think I would do something like that?
Yeah.
Boy. Holy cow. Who is P1 tonight? Oh, guess who it is? Mr. Salem Speedway himself, Jason Susich.
Mr. Multitasker.
That's it. P2 goes to DW Senior. Dan Watkins. Joe Ransom. Oh, no, Scott Keeney third. Joe Ransom fourth. Dave Chisholm top 5.
Go Chizzy.
Brandon Rutledge 6th. Sean Holbert in the house 7th. And, yeah, that's it today. So we got a light bunch. Everybody's probably at home working on their rides. Hopefully they got us live, piped in on the stereo.
And there's Mr. Culver.
Out in the shop, Kyler Culver. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Hey, we got a good show for you tonight. No real guest to speak of. Knowing everybody's busy and getting ready for this big weekend. But we're going to talk a little bit about tire safety. We got some things on that. And we got results as normal. But I'm going to start off with a quote I read today I thought was pretty cool. Be stronger than your excuses.
That's a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Like it.
Pretty cool. OMG.
OMG?
OMG. Who knows where Wamick, Oregon is?
What?
WAMIC.
I can't say that I do.
It's over. It is. It's over east. When I went to, I did a show once at, where was it? Estacada. They had a track there. It was actually a decent track. They had a beer garden. Imagine that.
No wonder it's a decent track.
Yeah, but you know what? It was cool. I mean, the beer garden was far enough away. I mean, it wasn't going to get in the pits. There's no way, but. I'll be honest with you. It had a heck of a lot more fans than you would think than normally, right? But nobody showed. They had mowers and whatever was there. But anyway, I met some cats over there. The mower guys, they were prevalent, but there just weren't too many cart guys. Some of the cart guys were supposed to be there just to try it out. Blah 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 blah. So, I don't know. I think there was like 2 or something. It's too bad, too, because it would have been a whale of a show. That track was actually pretty killer. But they race over there in Wamick. That's a big lawnmower. Did you see on the Northwest LO206 Speedway Racing Facebook page, they show that aerial view of that track? Did you see that? That's in Wamick. And I've heard a lot of good things about it. They race a lot there, but it's been strictly mowers, believe that or not. So, but I'm going to tell you, don't laugh at no mower, because there was a couple cats there at Estacada. I'm going to tell you what, them son of a guns were rolling.
Yeah, they had lawnmower races down there at Gray's Harbor.
Yeah.
Holy moly, that
Yes,
was
and-
impressive.
Yep. And until you've seen the groundhog,
They get her
Lloyd
done.
Krause, dude that thing sounded like a V8. Of course, Fast Man, Richard Thompson and those guys. Wasn't your treasurer she rode one too? Brenda Jarrett.
Brenda Jarrett, the Lorenzes ran them up at Morton, at the Morton Loggers Jubilee. And we actually had a couple, a family that followed us from Oakwood out to Raymond that brought like 6 of them, and they were twin cylinder things.
Yeah.
And they really hauled the mail.
Did the groundhog show up? Lloyd Krause?
No, I don't remember Lloyd. It was a father and son team that brought a couple, and then they brought, the next trip they brought 4, and the next trip they brought 6. And
They're actually pretty cool. I mean, they don't turn for poo-poo, but I mean, they do. They are pretty cool.
They got her done, man.
Gotta throw it.
Yeah, and then they raced them at the fair. I remember one year at the Oregon State Fair they had them, and really, it was a hoot for most, because by the time the racing got going, they were kind of, liquored up. So they had a hoot.
Yeah.
They thought it was just awesome.
Sounds like the truck drags the Woodburn.
Yeah.
I think our own Brett Myers, where he came from. I mean, he's a
Where,
heck of a
Womack?
shoe. No, from
mowers?
mower racing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a. Plus, they look sick. I mean, there
Some
was
of them look really good.
There's one dude, and I see his name all the time. Fred, is it Fred? He has like a red, white, and blue mower, and it's like an open mower. I mean, this thing is bloody. He was at Salem. Oh man, what is his name? I got it right on the tip of my tongue too. But he was bloody fast. I mean, really fast at Salem. But
Hey, we got the Clark family racing checking in.
oh hey,
Cravitron,
yeah,
Mr. Swires.
Yeah, Swire says broken link on site, but I'm here now.
yeah. Sorry,
We're having a malfunction.
It is. It's probably my fault. I shouldn't have done.
He fixed it and it didn't fix it.
I didn't fix it because everybody was complaining. Man, I can't find your. How come? I'm thinking, God, what could it be? I don't ever go there, so it's for me. Even if I do go there, I don't see it like everybody else's. So anyway, I thought, well, I'll just go there and fix it. Yeah, right.
We fixed it all right. We're waiting for our friend over at BLG.
Yeah, Brian Esquini. Hopefully he
Come save us.
Yeah, please. Oh, Dad says, Mr. Watkins says, hey, Mr. Watkins, man. I'm going to tell you what a good guy, my buddy, Mr. Watkins. I know he hasn't been feeling super good. But Mr. Watkins, think of you often, sir. And I love you a lot. You're a great man. Great man.
The whole family.
Yes,
there's
absolutely.
good
Mama's
people.
is too, yeah. Always love, because I always got to get a little, country western on for him. So
Uh-oh. You just got it by Swires.
why? What's that?
He says that explains a lot.
New IT guy Swires coming through.
See how that works. So you try to be honest, right? I mean, I could have lied and said, well, I don't know what happened, but no, I man up. And this is what you get.
Frankfurt, Germany.
Yeah, BLG's in Frankfurt, Germany.
Who is?
BLG.
Oh, he that's where he is?
Brian is.
Well,
yeah.
he didn't ask my permission to go there.
Joe says maybe he can fix it from Frankfurt.
Yeah. Susan's is probably snoozing. Well, gosh darn it. Oh, well. I'll figure out a way once the show's over tonight. God darn it. That just ticks me off. But anyway, Womack, Oregon. We got sidetracked with the mower deal, but could be a cool thing.
Yeah,
they
it
said,
could.
is anybody making plans for the summer? So, I don't know. And I think Brent Meyer, one of the guys that runs the track, had asked, So, shoot, I don't know.
Could happen.
I mean, it's summertime's. You wouldn't think it would be the way it is, but it is. It's pretty like non-existent, right?
It is very lean, especially in Oregon. It seems like it really dries up down there as far as any kind of kart racing. Everybody seems to hit the asphalt, and
Yeah, I
that's
just
it.
don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that.
This guy here, he must not know you.
Who, Mike Gale?
Yeah,
No,
Mr. Bridges.
That's right. Heavy on the Mister.
I was very encouraged that King was the one that put that post up, because it's if King's putting it up, that's good, because that means that he could possibly be there, and if he goes there, that brings more people.
Yes,
generally
he's going asphalt racing.
Yes,
right.
exactly.
Hopefully, it's a full convert here shortly. And I got nothing against the asphalt.
I don't either.
I just would like to see. I would, what would be cool is maybe a dirt asphalt kind of series thing. Maybe get with one of the asphalt clubs and say, hey, why don't you run one of your club races over here on the dirt, and then we'll bring our guys and come run asphalt. You don't really change your car. You just put on the different tires, or unless you're Chris Gibb, and then you say, well, I'll come over there and run the pavement with treads.
Uh-oh.
What?
Bring in cookies.
Oh, Cervantes. Hey, number one,
I have to start
you
dieting
saw
now.
this, right?
Oh,
My
yeah.
Christmas thing. If you saw how well made this thing is, you can imagine what those cookies are like, right? Oh, you had them at ORV, didn't you? Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I know.
I got to find this trailer for you, do then.
What trailer? You ain't gonna know which one it is,
I'll find it.
and guaranteed, I'll get a box.
Oh.
Guaranteed. No, I'm just kidding.
Between the
They-
cookies,
yes,
and the Jello
I know,
shots,
man.
and the nuts.
Mr.
and-
Cervantes he doesn't mess around, man. Remember he had that fancy new Bud beer after the Nationals. I had never had it. I was like, Budweiser.
It was a platinum.
It was good, actually. I got to give it up.
In the blue bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was black.
It was
or
in a can.
gray or something.
Well, it comes like in a blue bottle if you're buying it on the
Yeah, I was. I'm like Budweiser. I mean, usually it's like
It was good.
It's like Butt Wiper, right? I mean Budweiser, but no, I like. I
platinum
liked
was
it.
good.
Oh, you haven't gotten thirsty enough yet. I used to learn you drank what was available.
We've done that before.
That's kind of like Willamette, $5 beers, scam. So once you nurse down that first big one, you could anything was good after that, right?
cowboy cookies this year.
Ooh, oh my
Really?
goodness!
I'm dieting now. That's
I'll
it.
confiscate all cookies at gate. Says Jason Suchich.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, just a note for you guys so that you know, the winter edition of American Muscle Cart is in print now. So it should be, check your mailboxes, so it should be coming very soon. However, if you're a new subscriber, you will not get one until the spring edition comes out, which is, I don't know what it is, April or whatever it is. So don't be upset if, you say, hey, I didn't get the, So if there's a link, if you go to the American Muscle Cart Facebook page, there's a link there that says if you're not on the mailing list or you subscribe later, click here, you can get one, and it shows you how to get it and all that stuff. So if you want the winter edition one, this latest one, and you've already subscribed, but you're a new subscriber, I know this is confusing, but just hang tight. Yours will come with the spring one, and then you can go and order it. Just go to American Muscle Cart Facebook page. You'll be dialed. Did you know about the try a quarter midget day?
Coming up.
That's Saturday.
Yep.
That's this Saturday. Try a quarter midget, Grays Harbor, 12 to 5. Have you ever been to one of those?
I've never been to one, but they're very successful.
You know what? They really are. And I will say that I like what they do with new people. They have like a new driver orientation, and it's an all-day thing. I mean, they've got, and some of the big guns are there helping, right? It makes sense.
Yep, and then they take it where the throttle can't get away from them, and that's how they get to drive them around.
Yeah. and they learn how to line up and what's expected, and I mean, it's a good deal. I mean, I don't know that it would really work in karting, but
Oh no,
I
we do similar things in karting. I mean, usually after the race day, we'll slip anybody into a cart that wants to try it out to get out on the track. But this is a very much more structured, very much more get to know it type of thing. The thing I like about the quarter midget show and all they do is they really put you through a thing. If you're going to do it, you get to learn the flags, what they mean before you even get out on the track, which is huge. Because if you just show up and you want to get in something and get out there and go in a circle, you don't understand what all is involved with it, everything else. So you get to learn what a yellow is. You get to learn what a black flag is. You get to learn what the green flag is, all that stuff. And they teach you that before you get going. So that's what's so crucial about that and missing in the karting world.
yeah, and they make sure you understand it too. It's not just a bzz, and then okay, you got it. Okay, good. Here we go. And you're going, okay, I'm not sure I get the one with the orange dot on it. What's that?
Wait a minute, blue and yellow?
Yeah, what's a meatball mean?
Yeah.
I mean, usually meatball is good, right? It's a good thing.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no, what they got going on out there is great. It's inexpensive. I think you have to be, 8 to 12 or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know, because I know you graduate at 16. So, I mean, I don't know why you would get started in that at 15 or 16, but I mean, I suppose if you wanted to, you probably could, but
it's a great deal for those that are looking to try it out.
We should just show up with a bunch of adults and say, "Hey, we're here to try a quarter midget."
You can laugh, but the guy that was sitting next to here the other day,
yeah,
he jumped in one a couple years ago.
Oh, did he really? Yeah, that'd be actually kind of. They'd probably run us out of there.
Yeah, well,
you ain't gonna do it this Saturday anyway.
No way.
Because there's cookies.
That's right. February 25th, Cameron Motorsports or Power Sports, excuse me. You can check them out, Cameron Power Sports on Facebook. They've got a Learn How to Ride Day at Castle Rock from 1 to 3. Instruction for new and non-riders with the focus on safety gear and bike inspection.
Nice.
1 to 3. It's free.
Can't hurt.
That's always a good deal.
Jason, as all you think about is food. Now it's cookies, and now he's into meatball for dinner.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, I don't know. That's kind of some cool stuff. Chili Willy coming up for the late models. God, it's almost late model Monday time.
I know.
So, yeah.
And being
Owen Riddle's going down.
And being I'm going to be retired.
Boom.
I can go to some of these races and not have to worry about being back on Monday.
Hey, did you actually hear some of the mini stock stuff that was going on? Casey Garber and a couple other guys. There was some real I just sensed some real animosity going on. I guess there's some rule change about I don't know. I'll have to read more into it, but boy, it was like dudes were running. I was just thinking they were just truck arms, right, with the thing on the pocket on the arm. No big. I guess apparently that's not legal or not a good thing. I don't know. I'll have to read more, but it was getting heated a little bit, and they said, well, that's all right. Don't worry about it because there's not going to be that many cars anyway. Well, I hope that isn't the mini stock deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it is,
that's a shame because that was a good deal. Jason Major's is part of that, and then he answered back, well, they allow tube frame from the firewall forward. So I got to find out more of what's going on with that because I would hate to see that mini stock deal go south.
Yeah, because they had a good deal going on.
They did. I mean, they had 30 cars almost every week. So
there comes back to the one thing, though. It seems like we regulate ourselves out of cars all the time.
Yeah.
And I can understand part of it is a safety deal, but it was like the deal last year back there at Knoxville with the guys with the modifieds. They wanted them to, what was it? I forget what it was now. And the guy said, no, we don't. We'll change it. Give us a year. And they said, no.
Oh, yeah, it was the door bars. They wanted them plated or something.
Yeah. And then give us a year. No. Well,
Guess what? Then we're not running.
yeah, we'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, stupid. They're just shooting your own self in the foot. So, but anyway, that's the way it goes.
Jones in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, CJ. Hey, I wonder. I didn't see his name on the list. Is Jones running? Are you running, Chucky?
I haven't seen him on the list. I seen him starting up our own Double M the other night. So
Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you what.
fire.
Dude was rolling. Now, however, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Double M at all because he was the Waldorado was rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it look like a Waldorado? Have you seen the cart? It looks like a Waldorado.
He's hauling the mail.
Yeah, it does. With the back things the way it's cut, it looks like a Waldorado. Well, Waldorado was in the 87 Predator.
Mm-hmm.
And he shoot that thing 43 pounds heavier than he needed to be. That car works pretty good.
Oh yeah, definitely does.
Does it?
I had a good time in it.
Is it fast? I mean, what makes it so fast? Is it just free rolling or something?
It's just a good flexi flyer. It's just really it thrives with that motor package.
So
It
a
truly
stiff
does.
chassis would not be good for one of those, right?
No, not at all.
No, Chuck. He just said nope.
No.
Just
Wow.
got cleared today from the doctor from ankle surgery. We'll be helping Beardo. He'll be helping Justin.
Stackman, don't you worry about the cookies. You just worry about making that a feature.
You go for the donuts.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of cookies.
You go for the donuts.
No, don't go for the donuts.
No, Joey.
That'll make you lazy,
Joey Donut. Go for the donuts.
No, because then you'll take a break, and we don't need donut breaks.
I got a driver in that one. Go for the donuts.
Oh, shoot. Well, hey, we got, let's see here. I got some, let's see here.
Stockman's ride's looking good.
It is looking
That's-
dope.
That is good.
Yeah,
looking.
it is looking. It's got the little bit of the old school. It's pretty tight.
Does anybody know what's on it?
Well, you know how the numbers are with the circle.
No,
Is it different?
What's on it for a motor? He ran a 450 down
Oh
there in
yeah,
Arizona.
you know what it is? It's Wick's other motor, the one he ran last year. The I don't know what you called it.
I don't know.
It's a bad bag of donuts on there.
Yeah, the 250. What do they call that when it's
It's a
when you don't have a
250.
mom or a dad and you're just
Yeah, it's one of those.
it's like a file, right? They call it a. Anyway,
It's a bad bag of donuts on the Joey ride.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody hear the news about Bradley Shaw?
Joey bag of donuts.
Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh.
Oh, okay, so in I think it was in Pro.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I guess Reese Wickard used him up, and B. Shaw retaliated.
Ooh.
Bad enough to where they said we're not going to make a decision till Monday and Tuesday. So it must have been.
Oh gosh.
It must have been kind of like wild.
I know he ended up like 8th in that one.
Yeah,
There was like
yeah.
13 in the class, and he ended up like 8.
Pro there was 18.
18. That's right.
But anyway, he was second in light, first in heavy. Was doing pretty good in pro before I guess before he got used up. He retaliated. I'm not saying that because I approve of it. I don't think there's any place for that retaliation. I mean, I do understand sometimes you have to make a point so you don't get bullied. I
You
mean,
get frustrated.
but yeah, for sure. But at the end of the day, it's you that gets hurt. But anyway,
That's unfortunate.
yeah, it is unfortunate. But he's got tires, and he's ready to come down to Salem. I'm surprised. I was looking at the entry list of Salem, and maybe you've got some more, but it doesn't look very big in Yamaha. I was kind of like going, man, I thought there'd be a lot more
Well, in the open
KTs.
Yamaha,
Holy cow!
in the open Yamaha, it's a little bit light. I'm not going for Yamaha. I'm going for Open Yamaha for that reason, because it is looking light over there. So I'm running.
Well, there's
Open
not that
Yamaha.
many. I mean, I wouldn't say there's that many.
There's
in
13 in heavy. I mean, and 10 in light. That's good numbers for down there.
Really?
So,
I thought there'd be closer to 20 in heavy, but oh well. Well, WHR, I think, did they end up? That was the last one this last weekend. I think the 20th. I'm assuming. Anyway, KT Light went to Maurice Shaver. Shaw second, Reese Wickard third, Derek Moss, Andrea Smith. KT Heavy, Bradley Shaw. I think he wrapped up the title with that. Alan Terrell.
good shoe.
Matt Powers and McKenna Mowat. I don't know McKenna. I've never seen her run, but seen her name a lot. Pro, Reese Wickard, Tyler Weber,
Nice.
Jamie Barnes. Do you know Jamie Barnes?
Haven't.
Is it Devon's, any relation to Devon, I think?
Jamie Barnes is a sprint car racer from Skagit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he might be Devon's,
They're
relation to
related.
Devon Barnes?
They're
Yeah.
related.
Yep. Paul Hoppy, fourth. James Duvall, fifth. Open, Reese Wickard, Paul Hoppy, Tyler Weber, third in open. Dan Hoppy and Levi Harless. Mike Marshall, Mickey Thompson, Eric Fisher Sr., and Chris Court were in the 40-plus. Let me just say, 18 entries in pro, 10 in open, 17 in heavy, and 15 in light. So there ought to be at least 17 in that KT Open down at the BK,
There should be.
if anybody's got any.
Yeah. Get some traveling on.
Yeah, or own a couple.
Hmm.
Preferably stainless steel. Schoolboy, which is their Predator class, had 10. Parker Hadlock, Aiden Shaw, Brooklyn Constance, David Hill, Jesse Shaw. How many Shaws are there? They're
There's
like the Bordens.
Yeah, they're like a boatload.
Mini cart. What's a mini cart? Kid cart? Same thing. 6. Danny Constance, Cooper Anderson, Jaden Barnes, Brooklyn Constance, Raylan Shaw. There's another Shaw. Quarter midget animal, 200. There were 10. Kira Zalstra, Samantha Schwartz, Tanner Stark, Austin Gillard, Riley Riddell. In the 120, the quarter midget outlaw, Samantha Schwartz, Kira Zalstra, Braden Wager, Tanner Stark, Austin Gillard. Man, Braden, I got to give you a call, man. You got to stop, man. You got to quit letting these girls put a whooping on you, man. So I'll come fire you up a little bit.
Maybe they're good looking. And there's a reason.
Maybe he's smarter than me, which is very possible. I never thought of that. That's probably a very wise thing to do. Yeah. Salem Speedway. Holy moly. All I got to say is there was a cat fight going on in KT Light. Did you hear about it? Oh, good Lord almighty. It started in one of the heats, but the main event was it was a pure cat fight. Because it was only, there was one dude named Shane Dolan. He showed up, and it looked like he had one of the, a Yamaha. I don't know where he was from. I don't know if he's one of the guys from up north, but he ran one heat, called it good. So that left Iker and Susic.
Oh, cat fight.
So Sucic is leading. They go into 3. Iker drives it in there. I don't know. She must have saw a hole I didn't. So she drove it in there, and of course, Sucic got her hand, going, what? And so then she retaliates or tries to and loops in turn 1, and they go back. And so they try to get on the restart. They can't do that. Iker drills her and runs her all off, and they do it again. And it was like it went on, and then Bailey got revenge and turned Iker, and then Iker came back and was turning Sucic. I mean, it was a cat fight, dude. They were just going. It was just the two of them, and everybody was just like going, "Oh my goodness!" Because it was just they weren't even racing. They were just, I'm gonna stuff you. Oh yeah, well I'm gonna stuff you. Oh no, you're not. I mean, it was just holy cow. So I think finally they both spun, and they called it off. Crazy part is no flag, no rolled up one, no nothing. I don't know.
Maybe that was the entertainment for the night.
Yeah. So I don't actually know who won that. I don't know who they gave it to.
Flagger.
Maybe they gave it to Shane Dolan, who didn't even start. So, anyway, race 2, LO206 Light, crazy. It looked like Ronnie Swires and the Product 41 team were going to go get another one. This Kellen Dean showed up. Remember, we had him on the show.
Yeah.
He wins the first heat. He wins the second heat. He's gone in the main. I noticed he kept looking over his shoulder, like coming off a 2. He'd turn back and look. Well, he tried doing that in 3 and 4, and I don't know. The thing washed it, and it bit him. And Renee drove underneath, and this was on the white flag lap. They were coming off of 4 to take the white flag, and he goes up in the Tulies and turn 4. Renee drives underneath, and done deal. Yeah. So, yeah, heck of a. Lori Fuller gets. I think she ran 3rd or 4th. I mean, she ran good.
Nice.
Really good. Made a couple really nice passes. So, good stuff for Speed City.
Up on the wheel.
Yeah, for sure. Fart Cart. Who else? I'll give you a number. 25.
Oh, that's Culver.
Yes.
Sorry.
Dude's got the thing figured out.
Yep.
I mean, for sure figured out.
He's a shoe.
Yes. However, and then they had, the other kid. So it went Culver, Austin Henderson, the 87 of Waldall, which it came down to. They were trading. They were going at it. Then there was a new guy that bought DW stuff. Remember his open cart, the 15W, the one that he had the. That guy was there. His name was Tony Andreas. He actually ran really good.
Wow, nice.
I was impressed. So did his, and then I don't know if it's his brother or his dad, but John Andreas too. So it was good to see. I went bebopping over there, and I thought it was Watkins, right? And I went over and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's going?" And they looked at me like, "Brother, please, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, oops. I thought you were Watkins. I was expecting Watkins to come out of there, and he didn't come out of there."
Oops.
Yep, that's what I said. So I said, "Oh, yeah, sorry."
I think they actually bought that at the last race we were at, and then
Culver said he's retired in the Fort Cart.
No way. You lie. What are you going to run then? KT Heavy.
come get a Yamaha.
Michelson wins the first heat. Something I don't know. He pee-picked or something. Foul got started in the back. He got up there, and so he was second. So it went Michelson, Foul, the 5 of Chris Prue in heat 1, and then heat 2, Brandon Day won it with Michelson second. Foul kills it on the start, and so boom in the main. So Foul had to start at the back. He worked his way through. Took him a while to get by Brandon Day. So once he did, though, he was almost. He was a little over a second and a half back. By the time the checkered fell, he had cut it to quite a bit. It was like
he was reeling
7-10. He was reeling him in.
He was reeling him in.
Did you watch it?
I watched it.
Yeah, he was definitely coming.
Yeah,
but still, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Culver said, "Oops," he meant retarded in Fart Cart.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think that Foul was being a little reserved. He had Day a couple times and he backed out of it. Had he gotten through on his first attempt, he would have probably given Michelson a really good run for it. But he backed off, and I'm not sure why.
But I'll honestly tell you, watching, Michelson was. He was definitely better.
Well, and he probably slowed down. Once he figured out that people weren't bounding on his back door, he probably started giving it a breather.
But even when he was rolling, I mean, he was definitely better than Foul, in my personal opinion.
Well, he's been fast all year.
That car works good. I don't know what it is. Is it an Ultramax?
I think it is an Ultramax, but
it's an Ultramax Waldorado. That's what it is.
Well, it's Waldall's ride, and that thing hauls the beans.
Yes, it does, and it's got a good motor on it too. And that thing's for sale
with Eric in it. Even that guy probably. I'm just going to take a stab in the dark. That guy weighs probably 260, and that thing would go by me like I was standing still.
Isn't that crazy?
Easy on us large people.
Hey, I'm just saying that thing hauls a mail with a big guy or a little guy. It doesn't matter. That thing
Yeah.
is like, wow.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree. And it always looks good. I mean, it always looks like it's dialed in. It never looks too free or too tight. I mean, it just always is right there.
Whoever's driving it is not driving it. They're riding it.
Yes, they are.
It's
and
just
it's
an easy
nice when they
ride.
work like that, isn't it?
For sure.
You
Well,
know?
that was like I noticed today. They're on Facebook. Diotti with his helmet cam. Was practice with the
Yeah.
and you never just. That's as far as the steering wheel moved.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the video of him at BK6?
No.
The in-car one? I mean, it's a perfect view. It's like basically right over his shoulder. So you can see his feet, you can see his hands. The two things I took away from it were number one is if you watch the restarts, man, he jams that pedal. It's not a feather. It's to the wood. Right? Which blew me away. Number two, it's just like what you were saying. If you watch that thing, number one, the motor sounds it'll put goosebumps on your back, but the steering wheel barely moves.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he is using and abusing dudes bad.
But the thing of it is and I was watching that and I got to thinking that's the reason he's so flippin' smooth in them dwarf cars. He does. He's not overcompensating. I've seen some video of him running in them. They're not all whacked out.
Oh,
sideways
you want
like
to
everybody.
bet? You watch the one that he's at Medford, man, dude. But
that's
even when
Medford.
even when it's all wound tight, he's still really smooth. On the gas throttle. But yeah, if you get a chance, it's on this YouTube thing. It's got a zillion hits, but it's the BK61. It's pretty awesome to watch. Super Sport Heavy went to Dave Wooten. Something's going on with Wooten because first two heats he looks like trash, and then the main event all of a sudden it's like somebody poured nitro in that thing. He just takes off and goes berserk.
Maybe he doesn't want to look.
I was trying to remember who was Captain America.
Dennis, God, I pit next to that guy every year. It is a party all in itself.
Dennis
Flynn.
Dennis Flint.
Yes.
Woo. Where has that guy gone?
I
And
don't
the
know.
King, Danny Cahill. I think he's retired. Virtually unbeatable there for a while. Sumo was interesting. Renee is going to be a player. She looked dynamite. Yeah. She looked really good. I mean, she put a couple moves on Norman, and I was like, what? I mean, just like into three, and then all of a sudden, boom, and just drove it in there. I was like,
I think
damn.
the last 2 years for her, she's really been working on her style. And she has gotten, I mean, she was smooth before, but she has gotten smoother. And that's pretty much all there is to it. That's, I think, what she's been working on is just refining that whole deal. And it's finally coming around for her with Yao taking the load of the tires off of her so she doesn't have to worry about that. It's just all her driving. She's really come into her own. She, I look to see her doing really well in the UAS race as well because I think her driving style is just improving much.
Look at all the laps she's made down there the last month.
Millions.
Yeah.
She's probably got more laps there than anybody if you go
say
back.
And-
Other
For
than
sure.
maybe Foul. But
No.
Yeah, but I mean, just this year, this last month. I mean, we're going here, but got to get home, unload, go here.
no, I meant at Salem. But overall, nobody's got more laps than her.
Yeah.
I mean, if you count cars and carts and
Even
you
in
know.
Salem, that's for sure. I mean, everything they runs down there at Salem every weekend. So if it's not a go-kart, she's running something else.
That's
down
right.
there.
And the
So-
only guy that's got more laps than her is Shane Biles because he drives a ton. He's driven that motorhome all over the place. But so the feature, it went Hatch, Green, Angel, the 03 of Corey Markham, Normandin, Rutledge, Steve King. Doozy, 13 in the class. good solid class. Rutledge was there. I'm just trying to figure out on the last, right at the end, they had a caution, and somehow he was a half a straight back, and it was just right after the caution, and I'm trying to figure out how he got that far back right after a caution. You know what I'm saying? He should have been right there, but anyway, UAS Open, there was 4 guys. Steve Rambo, Justin Beard, Dan Kravitz, and Kyle Wick.
Who's Steve Rambo?
Steve Rambo normally runs L206.
Oh, okay.
And he was subbing for Jeremy Brown in the Speed City UAS
Gotcha.
rig.
Thank you for that.
Wick had it covered. He pulled off in the main, had the carburetor started, the base gasket or something let go, and it was leaking fuel all over the place. But let me tell you, that thing is, for the maiden voyage, that thing looked solid. I mean,
I think last week.
And it goes forward. Yep. Well, a dark horse might be a bit of a not enough, right? I don't think he's going to be a dark horse. He's going to be,
if he can stay out of trouble,
absolutely, because he looked good. He looked really good.
How about our winner though?
Your winner? I don't remember. No, I'm just kidding. I think. I don't know, because Wick pulled off the Kravitron. That's right. Okay, so he ran okay. The first heat he broke. Something happened. I don't know what it was. Something happened, and he DNF'd.
He's been putting in his dues,
hey,
though.
And I'm going to tell you.
It was good.
I'm going to tell you. It isn't. I mean, you don't look at it and go, oh, my God, that thing is bloody fast. But you know what? It's respectable. I mean, it's as long as he can go and turn laps, that's going to be his main deal. Is if just outliving him. I mean, it's fast. Don't get me wrong, but it's just there. It's just like a gnat. You know, you just can't get rid of him because the thing just is right. I mean, it's fast enough that it's trouble, but it's not so fast that he's gonna run away and hide. But he's fast enough that he's trouble. He's just that one you gotta, and he's got enough experience under his belt that
exactly
just enough to be tough.
Well, this is his first year in Open, so it takes a while to sort that out. To take a new package like they did, a 250, and not buy into all the aftermarket business. They pretty much built it all themselves, moved it all over there themselves, and they're working the bugs out of it. And it was good to see them. Yes, longevity is what wins. It's not the fastest person by any means. Sometimes it helps, but it's not always the case. So it was great to see him out there to plugging away, making the laps, and I don't think he knew as well as anybody else knew that he had actually won until it was done. So,
yeah, I agree.
it was a good deal.
Hager came, Terry Hager, they showed up late. They didn't have their car here, but, he was in the restroom. She said, boy, that Wicked looks fast. Like, yeah. But you know what? I said, on the way out, I said, fast is okay. I mean, it's nice to be fast, but the BK, if you think about it, it's all about sturdy.
Absolutely.
Almost everything. This hasn't been, other than like maybe 7 was almost caution free, and they were running 970s in the main. I mean, that's blazing,
blistering
for
down there.
for a main, right? I mean, but anyway, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You check your shop list, you check off things on your racing to-do list, and you constantly check your micron at the racetrack. But what about when that little check engine light comes on in your car, truck, or tow vehicle? Do you check that or just ignore it? Most can't be bothered, but there is nothing worse than breaking down on the way to a big race or vacation getaway. It's time to start treating and checking your car, truck, or tow rig the right way with a visit to True Tech Automotive for a preventative maintenance service before it costs you more than that big race or vacation getaway you're looking forward to. With 10 service bays, Napa certified car care technicians, along with award-winning customer service, TrueTech gives you one less thing you have to check.
Get it done right the first time with the right parts at the right price. And how's this for right? Use the discount code NWRR and receive TruTech's In the Family Racer discount of 25% off all preventative maintenance and vehicle repairs. Just another way TruTech has been helping their customers keep their vehicles in check since 2008. TruTech Automotive, 6900 Highway 99, Suite A, Vancouver, Washington. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, 360-571-2302. Racer! Word Racing now has a brand new location in Clackamas, Oregon at 15648 Southeast 114th Avenue, Suite 110, next to Highway 212 and conveniently located close to the I-205 freeway. They have what you need to race fast and race safe with product lines like ZAMP, Z-Tech, Pyrotech, GripTech, Armadillo, and a 360 Plus device. And that's not all! Chains, wheels, tires, lubricants, and the Northwest distributor for the innovative and made-in-America iCart chassis and a new X125 engine. New or used, arrive and drive, coaching and tuning. Word Racing's got you covered from start to finish. You're winning trackside support since 2007. For more information, call 503-869-4970 or check them out on Facebook and on the web at wordracing.com.
This is Doc with Doc's Photos, and you are listening to the Northwest Race Report.
We're back.
Oh, hey.
My producer keeping me in check here. He's doing a good job, actually, too, I got to say.
Daryl Coyle was wanting to know about the UAS. There's 33 right now on the pre-entry list, and I think if you go to Strebe.
Yeah, if you go to strebfestpromotions.wordpress.com.
You can get all the pre-entries.
Yes, you can. He's got a complete list of. I'll put it up here on the chat. But yeah, Lippy's got a great list. So Lippy, pull that list out.
Actually, the loader has it right now. So
no, Lippy's got it right now.
it's the hot potato in the room. So you want to go down this? Are you ready for this? Or?
Yeah, let's just talk about some of the stuff we
So you want to just read off each name and give a little input that each of us know on each one of the persons?
Sure, yeah, why not?
I don't know everybody, but number one on the list, of course, is
from Knoxville, Iowa.
Yeah, the Knoxville, Iowa UCR. I'm not sure who this one is, but it's Ronnie Cox. He claims that his number's 9. I believe he was on the show last week, but I'm not sure. So
he was in the house.
Yeah, in the house. That's the guy.
The doghouse.
So Ronnie Cox, and he's also the promoter of this whole deal. So did you say it? He was the BK2 champ. Oh, no, I didn't say that. Thank you very much for iterating that. So he's looking to notch another notch in his belt. If you guys find him, he's a 9. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He is a big influence on what all this happens.
What's it going to take for him to win it?
Just being there in the end. I think that's been it for him.
I agree. And I think they need to just put out of their mind the fact that how bad they want to win it, right? It's there. They just need to go and just like it's another race like at ORV or anywhere else, because if they do that, I think they're going to be in good shape.
I think just by following him on Facebook, that's what he's going at. He's not letting any of the hip hop and hype get at him. He's just going there to race, and he's going to make it a good time. I think that's Uncle Chuck's whole score, too. So I'm not sure if they're bringing any other carts this year to complicate things, but hopefully they just make it all happen this
I know.
year.
Ronnie said to me, he goes, I'm still shaking my head. I'm wondering, so we had Yao come out the first year, to do our time. He says, somehow, and Renee got. He's going. I'm wondering how we lost that deal.
So number 2 on the list is our own Daniel Cravitron. We were just talking about him, who's been doing well and making laps down there. Hasn't missed a race. So good to see him on the lineup.
So this will be his first BK?
Well, in
that class.
In the big class.
Yeah.
And really, the BK that's what the BK is that, the other ones use it because I mean, the competition is
But
big.
you're-
It's still
but
a
you're-
big deal, but
you're still at the BK.
that's correct. But they're going to have to – I mean, it's like Ronnie said last week, and I don't know if everybody heard this or not, but it is key. You got to have 2 good heat races.
Yes.
Because if you don't,
You're going to be in a
you're in trouble.
B or Z man.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's what I truly love about this race. Anybody can go down there. Anybody can enter the BKUAS race. They can. Yes, they can. But you literally have to race your way into the AA main. It really weeds out those that are trying, those that don't have to try. So that's what I love about this race. It truly is the best of the best. You don't get in there because you're somebody or you had been somebody. You literally have to race your way into this race, and that's what makes it so great. Having said that, third on the list, he's put his time in. Rusty King, coming in from Idaho with his Legend M5 HP and a 450. So,
And he's worked hard. I mean, would you say he's a favorite? You know, I don't know that you would, but would you say that he can't? I would say absolutely not. I mean, he has definitely now proven that he's a contender.
Yeah,
and
he can drive.
Right. So if everything stays together for him, that's really the key.
Exactly. And, just on another note, as we're going through this stuff, when you're filling out your application or what you're going to be running, where you're coming from, what you're running, that's why we ask, and that's why Matt Straby asks about this, is because we want to talk about you. We want to talk about where you came from. We want to talk about your motor combination. We want to talk about your chassis. So please, when you're going through and you're filling out this application and stuff, do it. This is why you're doing it, is because we want to talk about it. And
there's several on there with no chassis on there, so it'd be nice to know
motor
that.
combination.
Yeah.
So here's another Chris Worley. I've seen him several times when I've been down there making laps. These the Worley guys are strong contenders. They come and mean business. They're coming in from Benton City, Washington,
which is basically Tri-Cities.
Thank you for that. I did not know where that was.
And let me put a little feedback on that. And what makes them so tough is they haven't come from just 4 strokes and whatever. I mean, Ricky's, and they both have run PRDs. They've both run shifters, which are, high powered, especially on the pavement. And they've both done extremely well. So I think that's where they've come in and adapted so toughly the way they have down there now.
Yes, definitely. They both handle themselves very well on the track, so I'm glad for that. It looks like an Answer chassis with a 426 Yamaha is what Chris is running, and that's our 5th entry. So the 6th entry is Trevor McAllister. I got to see him for the first time down in Arizona. So he's from Johannes Tree, California.
Yeah, is it?
Or maybe it's Jacob.
It's
Tree.
Jonas. It's not Jonas, but
Joshua
Tree, California.
Yeah, see, there you go.
And what is it? Leverage Power Sports or
Leading Edge.
Leading Edge.
And they are on a PRC with a Recon 490.
So yeah, they're on a Phantom Recon. So T-Mac is good, right? We saw him down there at the Nats. And he was okay. And then he went to the Holly Classic. He was terrible the first day. They had issues, I think. And then they got third the second day. And he thought that he might have had something there. But nonetheless, first BK, it's going to... Well, I mean, you can't knock anybody out. But, I mean, it is going to be a little bit tougher for T-Mac because he's never seen the place before. But very capable. Former shifter standout. So... Shoot, he's. I mean, you gotta consider him somebody you can't.
He looked good in Arizona.
He sure did.
We'll see how well he can adapt to the indoor up here. Number 6 is Tony Williamson, running the Bob Kilmer chassis, or Bob Kilmer sponsored Exceed. Who's running a CRF 450. We've had him on the show once or twice already.
There is one where if he doesn't get caught up in the whole BK thing, he'll be fine. You know what I mean? It's like he said the other day. Oh boy, the BK. I'm nervous. I mean, you know, you've got to just say, hey, I'm going to go here thinking this is just another race. I got to run my program. I can't worry about what other guys are doing. Man, so-and-so's 5/10. You know, doesn't matter. What does Tony Williamson have to do to get a couple tenths or 3 tenths? You know, don't worry that the guy's 5 tenths quicker or whatever.
Well,
a little bit at a time.
Jello shots, that'll take care of that. That'll take that edge off.
I'm totally with you on that, 100%. I look to see Tony there at the finish. Definitely, they've worked through their stuff. I think they did a little bit to it when they had their last snafu down there. So look for them to have a little bit more power. They're feeling a lot more comfortable.
And he's a more mature driver now.
Definitely so. So let's see. Number 7 is Ron Bowles out of Grants Pass, Oregon. And that's all we know about him. We don't know what he's running this year or what chassis.
Well, Rippin' Ron, let me just tell you, is fast. There was a couple times down at Dixon when I went down there for the West Coast Shootout. I mean, Diotti and Stansberry were really fast. Renee was there. But Bowles was right there. I mean, he was running the number. So he is capable. I just think, I don't know how much he's run this year. So that concerns me just a hair. But he's got great equipment.
Yes, he does have great equipment. I've been by and looked at his stuff, and he's a quiet guy, and quiet guys always make me nervous. So look for him to be right up there too, mixing it up. He's got a few bad draws in the last couple years, and he's paid his dues. So maybe this year's his year. Number 8 on the list is Renee Angel out of Woodinville, running on an Angel chassis, which is a Steve Gannon chassis, designed by her, built by him with her CRF 450. She is also right up there with Ronnie Cox. These are our 2 promoters of this race. These are the 2 people that really get behind this race and help Jason out to make it all happen. So if you guys get out there, you're wondering who to thank, Jason's first, Ronnie and Renee would be running a quick second on that. So if you see them, get over there, shake their hands, thank them for making all this happen. It truly is them that keeps this all going.
My thought on Renee is, for me, is if she, I don't know, you might have been there, Lippy, the last time she ran the UAS. I think it was before she went to the Classic. They had, there was several guys. Worley was there and whatever. She, for the first time, I saw her get in there and mix it up, right? She was not taking any bull crap. I mean, she was in there slicing and dicing. For me, that's what she's got to be, is she can't let these guys kind of bully her. She's got to be a little more aggressive in this one. And I'm not saying stupidly. I'm just saying, by God, no backing down whatsoever.
I totally understand where you're coming from. I have to reiterate what I said earlier, that she's really been working on her driving style and being smoother and getting through the corners quicker and faster. I think she's accomplished all that. The one thing about Renee is she is right up there with the best of the best. When you give her room, she'll give you room, and that's what she expects from people. What I think she's learning is everybody doesn't run that way. So she's getting up on the wheel. She's getting there. She just doesn't like to be that person. So we'll just have to wait and see how this year goes. I mean, the list is getting longer as far as the entries go into this class, and it's going to get harder and harder. There's no doubt about that. She's very well capable of dragging this home, as we know, because she was the BK1 champ. So,
and how cool is that? Nobody can ever, I mean, you can win all the rest of them, but you won the very first one. That's got to be that's a big deal, really.
It's actually bigger than most people think, because in that little teeny place where it used to be done, where it was truly sand and horse poop, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. You don't know how close we are to the truth on that.
And, it wasn't as if there was nobody there. I mean, there were some really good power play. Stensgaard was there. I mean, there was a couple guys that we talked about last week. The TJ. I mean, there was just a lot of guys there.
Yep. It was a good deal, and glad to see her pull that one down. Let's see. I'm coming up on 9 here. Scott Baio from Fontaine.
Oh, Boley. Scott Boley.
Sorry. See,
That's
I always
okay.
do that.
That's
Scott
okay.
Boley from Fontaine Valley, California. And he's running a Legend Extreme with a PK 250. Thank you for all the information. He's a great runner. Great guy. He's been doing this for a while.
He has. And like he said, I think for Scott Is he in driving shape? Because even, he said, boy, once I get in a little bit of shape, I'm feeling good. Wasn't all the way in driver shape. I think he's a lot more in shape than he has been in years past. So, Boley's a runner, man. I mean, he's been there. He used to run when Fire used to go down there, they used to have the California State Championships on the pavement oval, and he was really fast there. So, again, another one you can't count out.
Yeah. One of my favorites coming up here in the 10th spot is Josh Coley from Boise, Idaho, running a slack chassis and a CRF 450. I've been watching this guy for a while now, and he's got a good combination, a good setup. He's been putting in his time. He is our Idaho UAS director over there. He's been doing a lot of great things. I look for good stuff out of him. The last couple times he's been over here, I can't remember what he had last year, but he's been running big clone motors, and now he's finally up to the 450. I think he had the 450 last year, but I'm not sure. But look for good stuff out of him.
Good stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen him run enough to really say yay or nay. I mean, he's just we all know he's a damn good guy, so.
Definitely. And Ricky Worley coming in out of Richland, Washington, and he is going to be running a Buller Velocity with the Rotac 250, which I believe is a snowmobile motor that they basically reworked everything on it to get it onto the cart. So if you haven't taken the chance and gone by there and had a look at this thing, it is a work of art, and it does do pretty well.
Did you see not this last week, but the week before when he was here?
Thing was on rails.
It come off the corner like Jake the Bear. I mean, it was a little miscue because it was, really not consistent, but boy, the laps that it did really work. Good night. I mean, he was as quick as anything out there. So,
definitely so. Number 12 is Jeremy Brown, running out of Portland, Oregon for the Speed City with a trick chassis and a Honda 250. So they've been working on that one for a while. Hopefully, Jeremy does well in that. They've been making some laps. So,
well, let me tell you, he ran last weekend. He ran, yes, and he was, concerned about. He made the show, but he had to pull off. I guess his gloves or something were giving him fits, and he couldn't hang onto the wheel. But just the fact that he made the show gave him some confidence, right? I mean, and so
and them open carts are a handful.
Yes, they are, and so that it could be a real booster for Speed City and Jeremy Brown, I think.
Definitely. Number 13 is Jared Storr out of Davenport, Washington, running the Kevin White Avenger chassis with a CRF 250. So he's done really well in that. Everybody says it's a little bit underpowered, but Jared really wrings that thing's neck. He can get every ounce out of it.
Well,
so
I'm disappointed that Kevin ain't going to be here now.
Well, the problem here with Jared is he's probably the most underrated guy on the list, personally. Number 2, he's done some driving stuff. I mean, he's went to a what was it? It wasn't a diversity thing, but it was
driving school in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, you don't do that stuff, or you don't get that stuff by being mediocre. I mean, you've got to be, above average, which he is. And they've had problems staying together. And I think that's been really their biggest problem is keeping the thing, running so they can be there at the end.
Yep. This year, look for them to do some great things. Number 14 on the list, our own Joe Stackman, the Iron Man, coming in out of Graham, Washington, running Judge's Performance Legend chassis with HP 5 and a CRE 250. I think I actually seen it was a 268. But yeah, look for that thing. It is on fire. That is a peppy one. If everything holds together on that one, look to see him in there.
And what's his deal? He's made every single aim, so he could be making history here. Not only possibly winning it, but winning it and making history. Where's Joe been weak at? I think over the last couple, he's been, what do you say, maybe preoccupied. He's got a mower. He hasn't had a whole bunch of time to work with it, and so little gremlins taking him here and there, but he still managed to make the feature. I mean, I think this year, having his business settled down a little bit and whatnot, he's going to be a little bit more focused in there.
Hello, Bradley.
Yeah, good to see you, Bradley.
Absolutely.
Looking for you this weekend, buddy.
Papa Diotti.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Diotti in the house? Heck yeah, baby.
There it is. Okay, number 15, Justin Beard out of Oregon City. He's running the Speed City PRC Recon with a 125 on it. So look for him. He's a hard charger for sure. He runs his stuff, right up to the edge. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't mean that it's dirty or disoriented. I just mean that he will get every ounce of whatever it has to offer. He is going to be there in the end.
And as good as that is, that could also maybe be a detriment too as well. But
to any of our racers, definitely. Number 16 is Larry Fuller from Medford, Oregon, and running the Speed City. I'm not sure what he's got on there for a power plant.
He's old.
But
he's old. And I'm going to tell you that a lot of times that comes in handy, right?
This is Daddy Gray Hair?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So, what do they say? Let's run down there and those bulls. No, let's walk down. And all of them, right?
Yeah, the heifers, no bulls.
Yeah, so that's the good thing about being old is you've got some patience. And
well, good for Dad then. Get out there and get some, Larry. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, indeed.
Number 17 is Scott Smith from Oakland, California. Green Thumb Racing, an Invader, really, with a 250 4-stroke on it.
Yes.
Wow.
Scott Smith is quite a guy.
Wow.
Yeah, an Invader, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's from Oakland, and I think I want to say I think Scott is Scott ALS, so that's where he sang the national anthem the 1 year, or is that Scott Smith? Anyway, he's quite a guy.
Nice.
He's quite a guy, and he's capable. Definitely. No doubt about it.
I will definitely be getting over there because I'm an Invader fan, so I'll be getting over to see him. Number 18, Terry Lawrence. This guy was my pick for the Nationals down there.
Tim or Terry?
Terry. So these guys bring it. They come with a full loaded gun.
Well, Terry wasn't at the Grands. It was Tim.
Sorry.
That's
Tim.
okay. But Terry went. He's the one that ran
the Lawrence boys.
Ran the Super Nats and got third back there. And he went to Dubai. Did you see the pictures of that?
Oh man,
dude!
I'll be spiking him for some information on that one.
Dude, I was spiking him to hook me up with that dude so he could get me a network. No, I'm just kidding. He shot that down real quick.
Making it happen over there in Dubai. So
yep.
he runs side by sides and does different things with those test beds, stuff like that, and he worked his way into a ride over to Dubai to do a endurance race over there. So check
and he
him
had a
out.
wankle too in BK3. He and Renee, he had a shot at it too. So
It was a very fast wankle for sure. So these boys get it done for sure. 19, Eric Stansberry out of Battleground, running a Ultramax Phase 5 with a 488 on it.
Well, my book here is possibly, without question, if not probably the strongest 450 in the bunch. Jan Wired powered. Lack of time, but does that always mean anything? I mean, he's got a lot of laps at Salem. He's been there, done that. I know he had his knee worked on, so he was there last week trying to get some laps in. Don't know how that went, didn't hear, but if anything, it's just his lack of time. If there's anything that's a potential detriment, but
I think anything that Jan works on is going to be fast.
Yes.
That's all I got to say is
I could not agree more, Lippy.
it's going to be set up, it's going to be reliable, and it's going to be fast. So all
And
I got to
clean,
say, Eric, is hold on,
Yep.
because it's going to be a ride. And Jason Gibb, number 20, out of Lakewood, California, running the Gibb Racing Fab Prototype.
Is that
So-
Jason or Joe?
Joe, sorry.
That's okay.
I just read Jason into it, but it is Joe.
Well, Joe, we all know Joe.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's got a Gibb on the end.
There you go.
It's going to be fast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm not sure what he's running. It seems like they ran
Treads.
Don't forget the tear-off.
That's it. Treads and tear-offs for sure.
But what did they run last time? Was it a 250 that they ran?
Well, one year that I know Chris had a pair of twins,
Yep.
and he didn't buy too well there. But and then he ran Yamaha against Hager a couple times.
Yeah, Chris will be in the Yamaha class this coming weekend, but Joe's running the Open. But I'm just not sure what he's going to be running. They didn't add that in there, so we'll just have to wait and see. They're going to be fast, as they always are every year, everywhere they go. So Kurt Fosdick out of Shelton, Washington, that little backwards town, running under the Dix Racing Legend M5 chassis, and I believe they're running a 250 or close
A
to
Franken something.
Hammer.
A Franken hammer, yeah.
So look for them. They are always fast wherever they go. And Chris Passanante with the Oregon City Wetline Racing. He is also running a 2-stroke, and I believe that's a 250 also, or maybe just a skosh more.
Have you heard that thing?
Yeah, it's
Boy, it
sick.
cracks, boy. It has got a crack to it.
The last
That's
one.
when they call you the assassin.
The last one we were down there for, he handily won that one, and it looked really good. So hats off to him on that. He's been putting in a lot of time and effort, and it's all paying off.
Well, he's a hell of a wheel anyway. I mean, he's just so savvy.
For sure. Number 23, here it is. This is Tim Lawrence. He's the one that I actually saw down in...
That quiet second, right? You didn't even...
Yeah.
Really? He was second? I mean, that's how quiet it was.
And we also seen in the last race we were at Salem, he was down there doing some testing with it and breaking in a new motor. He was also working on at least 2 or 3 other people's karts while he was there that he had no association with, but he dove right in, and my hat's off on that. The Lawrence whole clan is good people over there.
That they are.
Yeah, but Ransom says Terry's been Rookie of the Year 10 years running.
He has on borrowed rides, too.
Good rookie. Sean Carr, he hasn't been around much this year. He's kind of like I am. He's got a good job and likes to work at it. So I'm glad to see that he's finally making his way out again. Looking forward to that. He's going to be starting on his Jawa with a, what does he got for a backup?
What does he have? Oh, he's got a Wankel.
Wankel. Thank you. God, I drew a blank.
Well,
on
you
that.
know, with Sean Carr, I mean, if there's anybody out of this whole deal that I want to see finish, I mean, just to finish, it's going to be a W for Sean Carr. That guy has had the worst luck out of anybody I've ever seen, and I would just love for him to be able to go race one full day without some issues. I don't even care where he finishes. I just want him to finish.
I think if we see him finish the A main, that is where the party's going to be.
I could not agree more, and I'm going to make a big deal out of it because it is a big deal. You know,
absolutely.
How many, Libby, how many races has he broke? I mean, and broke early.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
And I have to say, his stuff does not look like it should be breaking. It is some good, clean stuff, well put together. He's just had a rash of bad luck.
Boy, I guess. I mean, it can't get much worse.
Nope. So number 25 is Kyle Wick out of Auburn, Washington, running Team CRE. That would be a Collins Race Engines Phantom Recon with a CRE 250.
Don't be surprised when he's right there at the end.
If that thing lives, he's going to be tough. That's all I got to say about that.
Guaranteed, you're right.
Be tough.
Could not agree more, Lip.
Number 26, Kevin Bridges with the 5.0 Fab Ultramax running a 450. So what can you say about this guy? He's put his lumps in too. It's probably one of the best engineered karts out there. Lots of time put into this thing and lots of effort. To my knowledge, the only one down there this weekend that'll be running nitrous all weekend long. So look for him. I
don't know much about nitrous. All I know is that it can be hard on stuff, but I don't know how they use it, right? Is it just a little boost here and there just to kind of...
I don't know what...
For a squirt or something, or...
I talked to him there last year, and he told me what it was, but it's not a lot.
All right.
It wasn't a lot.
It wasn't?
It wasn't a lot.
So over the summer, he's been messing with it, and they actually boosted it up far enough that it blew the carburetor off of it. So they're not afraid to get after it with the boost. When you come off the corner, there's a button on the wheel. He pushes it. He holds it until he's ready to lift. The one thing I will have to say is you need to time the lift because there's a certain bit of lag. That's all I'm going to give you on that. But look for him. I mean, he's put his time in. He's been our next entry. He's put some time into that. It's been a test bed. It was good for him to watch his karts out there make some laps. He learned a ton. So look for him. He's going to be
absolutely.
He's going to be a tough one.
Hey, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Jason just said that the pit building is 90% full.
That's good.
That is real good.
That's not good because I haven't paid for a spot and I need that last 10%. So you better start.
Well, you can use the back door like I have to.
Yeah.
I guess the word there is ASAP.
Yeah. I thought only the front row was paid to fill. What's up with that? I'm looking for the third row, and you're telling me it's full now.
I think you're going to fourth.
I'm going down Thursday, and I'm just standing on the gate till you let me in. Anyways, okay, so where are we at? We're at 27. Rusty Rossmeyer out of Lacey, Washington, running the second backup cart for 5.0 Fab. It's an Ultramax with a 450 on it. So
here's what I'm going to say. If you don't consider this, you're a fool, because he's going to be a player.
Yep.
Yeah, most people that don't know who he is going to wish they did know. So that's all I got to say.
Absolutely,
about that.
I could not agree more there.
So he's a hard charger. He runs good.
He's savvy. He knows where he's at on the racetrack. I mean, he's just good.
It's not his first rodeo, folks.
No.
So we've been working tires for 2 weeks. So look out. This is new for us, and there might be something good, or we might be a whole lot of wall.
But here's the deal, though. Rusty does not need perfection. I mean, it'll help, but he doesn't need perfection. He's the type of driver that'll take something that isn't quite right, and he'll just will it where he wants it. That's really how good he is.
So you bought all of Costco's blue Gatorade.
We even stepped up for the red.
Did you really? I'm telling you.
Because that was the secret last week.
Yes, it was.
So we have blue and red, and it's covered. So just don't touch or smell our tires. 28. Travis Anderson out of Boise, Idaho.
Remember him?
Running the Millennium Tempest 250.
A couple of years back, he made it in, and everybody was like, "Who is this guy?" He had two really outstanding heat races. He makes the feature. Everybody's going, "Where is this guy from?" Idaho. I mean, it was like he was just the new. I mean, he just floated in. He and T. Webb almost made it too. It was the same year that Weber did. But Anderson can shoe it, man, and he is. You weren't with me there either, but he was over at Meridian when Fernandez, and he was really decent there too. So
nice.
Yeah, Anderson's no joke.
And for the first time in the UAS, our own Daniel Watkins out of Davenport, Washington, running an Ultramax Exceed Judges Performance CRF 450. So look out for this kid. He has been fast in everything that he has ran, and he's looking to bust his way in. He made age, and he's in there. So.
Good for DW, man. He can
DW3?
DW3, baby.
DW3 coming to make it happen this year. 31. He's not late to the show because he's usually first. Is Ryan Diotti coming out of Gilroy, California, running the
Cervantes. Yeah.
Yep. PK 275 prepared by Swedish Tech. Looking to hand everybody their hind end. So we'll see how he does this year.
We saw him at the Nats.
Papa's looking forward to seeing us also.
Sweet Tech put the motor on while they were, he put it on right there in the pits, and it was like, you should have seen it. It was pretty, very rarely do you see guys standing around watching, but they were doing just that.
Mm-hmm. It was school was in
Yeah,
session.
Remy was just going, putting that barrel on, and it was like, stand back. I got it. Okay.
Out to the ropes, folks. Yep. Hang back.
The hitman.
Making it happen. Brad Berg coming in number 32.
Bad Brad.
Bad Brad.
And it ain't going to be no different this year.
Another one of our California boys. Berg Racing.
Look
JP.
at last year, Lippy. If you were looking at the last 15 laps of that thing, you would have said, ain't no way.
No chance.
No way Berg's winning this thing. Ain't no way. And poof, there he was.
JP willed him to the front.
Yes. The guy is, he's just good. He is. He's just good. The year he won it in 7, I said, he didn't look super godly fast, but he looked right. And I don't even really know if I can describe what I mean by that, but, it just looked right.
And he was there at the end.
Yeah, he won it. He won it big. So
he's running an Ultramax rival with a Honda 450 prepared by JP Racing, one of the best ones out there. So.
And the jaw will be there too, I'm sure, just in case.
Yep, I'm guessing so. And number 33, last one on my list, and I'm sure there's a few more that are coming that aren't on my list because I've heard of them, but I ain't going there, was Joe Ransom from Boise, Idaho, with a PRC Cyclone Cycles CRF 450.
Well, let me tell you what a Squinia told me. He says, Bridges? He goes, I know, man. Joe hasn't run the best there before, but he says, I'm telling you, man, Joe Ransom can roll. And if he can get things figured out, because they struggled, I think, last year trying to get the thing to start and a bunch of other stuff that just, is just totally detrimental when you're trying to get there. There's little practice time and all that you get. But no doubt, he's seasoned. He's a vet. His sprint car days and all that stuff. He can wheel it. And so...
and you know what? You know what I noticed about him? He's usually always got a smile.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
He doesn't. It's not like anything gets him down. He's down, but he still smiles about it. I like that.
Well, when you're as perfect as Joe Ransom is, how could you not be smiling, right? I mean,
I like the picture with his wife's at the drag strip, and she cuts a perfect light, and the grin on his face was just about as bright as the bulb was on the tree.
yeah.
It was great.
That was
What is a perfect light?
proud.
4-0?
No, not anymore. It's 00.
Double O's.
Yeah,
Wait, it used to be a 4-0?
yeah.
What's
used,
a
used to be
5-0.
A 5-0?
Yeah, it used to be
What
a
now?
5-0.
5-0. 5.
That was a 5/10 tree.
Yeah, it was a 5/10.
And if you were on a 4/10 tree, which was a 4, now it's all just double zeros is your
yeah, double
perfect.
zeros is a perfect tree.
So like 0-0-4,
0,
would that be good?
No, 0 would be best, but 004 would be good.
It'd be a good light, but it wouldn't be perfect.
Yeah.
So how bad would you get beat at the other end if you ran a 0-0-4 to a 0-0-0?
Just about 4/100ths of a second.
That's if they ran their number. But yeah.
Wow.
Likelihood of that is not always the best. So,
Right.
but anyways,
Well, don't for now. I just got to say this because I read it on Facebook. They were talking about oh yeah, you can't kind of. And Renee says, well, it's going to go out of town, but it's not going to be California, and it's not going to be Washington, and it's not going to be Oregon or Idaho, but it's going to be going out of town. Can you guess who?
Nope. I ain't guessing.
You got to know.
Oh, I. Nope.
Because you know they're coming.
Sworn to secrecy.
Oh, no. Because C put it on there. They're coming. So Yao's going to be here. So, I mean, does that
What's Yao
does that
running?
change anything? Well, he's going to run. I'm sure he's going to run that BRC or,
but isn't C's kid coming to run also?
I think
they're
so.
both coming. So,
But
I know of at least 5 other people that are coming that aren't on this list, and 2, 3 I'm sworn to secrecy, so I can't indulge that. But we're going to be real close to 40 entries in this class that only allows 14 into the main.
right,
So,
and all I can say is all of those who have ever been secretive have never made the A main. That's what I'm going to say. So keep it a secret all you want, but that's just been how it is. Am I kidding? Yes, I am. But, secret, schmeek it, whatever. I mean, we'll, either way, we're going to find out.
we will know in
I hope it's Chizzy. That would be so
2
cool.
days.
Yeah, where's Chizzy?
I know, man.
Chizzy. He disappeared on
I
us.
know, he hadn't said a peep.
Are you kidding? He's been all over the internet promoting everything. If you're a UAS guy, you better get your dues in.
Yeah, I see. It's going to Knoxville, Iowa, Ronnie Cox says.
Good man, Ronnie.
It says Rainey built all my stuff on the tour in the early 2000s.
You're not on my list, Kevin. What's up
was
the
great to see
deal
him.
with
That was-
that?
He said
Where I didn't see his name on the
No,
list.
it's
Kevin
not.
White.
he doesn't have the. I guess after the Holiday Classic, the body got completely destroyed, and they don't have a body for it yet.
Oh, come on.
Nope.
Really?
That's what I said.
Run bodiless, buddy.
So
Come
who-
Or put a
on.
nose on it. I mean, there's noses everywhere.
Where was it? One of these in here. He's sponsoring.
Yeah, he is definitely.
God,
It's Jared's
no.
store.
Yeah,
We need no.
I know, and I picked Kevin last week.
Jeez, that's ridiculous.
I was picking Kevin.
Somebody
last
get that guy a nose, please.
He's just saving his stuff for the summer.
Well,
That's
yeah,
all.
but this is you don't see, not the BK. Jeez,
week. Oh. Sorry, Kevin.
West Snow, if you're listening, we need a nose out here ASAP.
There's got to be a
Oh
blem
yeah,
in the back
over
of
and
the barn.
overnight it. Do whatever you got to do, but get it here. That guy needs to be here. That's criminal.
Well, and there's a blem in the back of the barn. I'll pay for it. Move it along.
Yeah, or put something else on it, but just get out there, Kevin. My goodness. It'll be more impressive when you win it without all the fancy stuff. So
Ooh,
Yeah,
there you
just-
go.
Just an open cart.
So let's go.
What about Yamaha?
Yamaha Light. I'm just going to give you some numbers. I'm not going to go through all the names because we're running really late on time.
No problem.
So we've got 10 in Yamaha Light.
Name just a couple of the big names in there.
Spear, Susage, Miller, Hood, Bryant, Wick.
Miller.
Wick. Homestead.
I'm taking Richard Spear.
DW3 on that one.
Oops.
Maybe DW3 then, yeah.
So Yamaha Heavy, we've got Spear, Kinney, Miller, Bryant, Clark, Chris Gibb, Homestead, Phil Fowl, Mike Michelson, Derek Wallace. That's going to be a stacked field.
Man, can you imagine that?
13 in that one.
Good grief. Derek Wallace, Fowl, Gibb, Homestead.
I'm telling you.
Good night, Irene.
It's loaded. I've already got Homestead.
No wonder you're running the open class. I don't blame you.
So,
Lisa.
That's a list right there, baby.
Lisa told Kevin she's got a nose. Now what's your excuse?
So our Yamaha Light Open class, there's 6 in that one. Bradley Shaw, Mike Powers, Riley Hood, Chris Foster, Levi Harris,
Harless, yeah,
and Matt Powers in that one.
Who are you going to take? I think I'm taking Harless.
Riley Hood's been doing pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with him. So
I like the name.
So KT Heavy Open, Shaw, Matt Powers, James Durrell, and to be announced by Wetline as well as Lippy in that one.
Oh, going with Lippy.
Yeah,
going with Lippy.
Well, good. Wait till you see if they to be announced when they roll that car out. If it works like it should, good night.
He's gonna have to get by me.
Yeah.
So next is
I'm just saying.
Is 206 Light. That's at 330. We've got 6 in this class. Vickers, Fuller, McCorkle, Day, Worley, and Dean all coming in that one.
Dean's going to be tough. Kevin Janders is going to be in that. He's running the Product 41 machine.
Nice.
I'm going Lori.
Yeah, Julie Day is going to be in that one, too. She's been strong as well, so good luck
Lori's
with
been
that
improving.
one.
I'm going with Lori.
Gloria's been looking good, definitely.
First win. Make it a BK.
So here we are with the 380, the heavy, Rutledge, he's my pick. King, Williamson, Reed, McCorkle, Henderson, Harmon, Angel. Oh, I might have to rethink that. Janders, Culver, and Mike Trickle.
Well, yeah, and there's some names you know are going to be there. Hatch, Green, Normandin,
yeah, there's 11 here, and they've been running 18.
I think Kellen Dean is going to be running heavy, too, so he's going to be tough. Yeah, that's a go figure on that deal.
Yeah, and then we're on to the Predator class. There is only 8 in this one, which I'm guessing it's probably going to be about 28, but we'll see what happens there. Miller, Venerable, Culver, Henderson, Trickle, DeBan. So there's quite a few in that one. That is the Fart Cart. Oh, here we go. Super Sports coming up next. There's only 4 in that one, though, too.
Yeah, that makes sense. There usually only is.
There's the
Big Daddy and the Wooten brothers.
Yeah. Wade,
Big Daddy bombing.
and his kid Scott.
Nope, Scott's the dad. Wade's the kid.
Okay, there you go. So it's two family members, family members going after that one. And then the Strebe Speedway Raptors. There's 8 of those. So Matt's coming down, Mike's coming down, Jim's coming down. Oh, here we go, Mr. Knutson.
That's my pick, the 6'2".
Uncle Chuck's Racing. I'm going with that one, too. Clint Memes, Travis Memes, Tyler Hood, and Jonas White.
Where does Uncle Chuck live?
Uncle Chuck lives in Everett, Washington.
The 6'2" from Everett. That's what I'm picking.
That's going to be a good race to
I
watch.
thought his car owner, he might be in Knoxville.
Right?
And what else we got here? The sportsman class. CKA sportsman class. So we have Sean Fuller, Steve Miller, Sam Venerable, Abby Storr, and Lippy running on that one.
Abby Storr is going to be tough.
Boy, you're lucky. Because Strebe said you haven't sent your information to him, and you better be running 2 classes.
I am running 2 classes.
Okay, Matt,
Was this the guy that was just preaching about turning in your info?
Yeah.
This was the guy that was just doing it. I just put my motor on today. Give me a break.
Oh,
Well, you know what, Lippy? You'll give it to me, and I'll enter it in for you tonight.
There it is. I'm running the CKA Sportsman and the heavy open for sure.
all you got to do is get a hold of me, Matt. I'll force him into it.
Yeah, really, arm lock. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was going to run all Yamaha, and then the classes were kind of full, and I'm like, I need to fill something else up. I got this really cool motor that I've only ran once, so...
So, guys...
And it fired up and started.
That's what's going to be happening.
Yeah, sorry. We're at the end.
We're a bit over time, and I know you guys are out working late on your rides. I'm going to be down Thursday.
Damn it.
Are you going down?
We're going down Friday morning.
So, lots of good stuff going to be going on. I don't know what's happening Friday night. Somebody talked about goldfish races. I don't know if that's going to be happening. But plan on being around Friday night because over by Swire's tent, we're going to be going Facebook Live with a little pre-race show on Friday night. Hopefully you guys can all, pack in and stand around and hoot and holler while we, at least for the beginning, while we go live, so we look like we're big and pro like the big guys on TV. Should be a gas. Looking forward to seeing everybody.
I'll be the guy with the beer.
Just remember like Lippy used to preach this, it's your job to know the rules and what the track expects. So that means tires and the oil thing, lubing your chain and all that stuff. I mean, really come here respecting that stuff. I mean, it's hugely important.
Yeah, safety wire everywhere, folks. Check your helmets, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, everything needs to be up to date and ready to go.
And make sure when you leave, you clean up after yourself.
Yes.
Great point.
Because your mama don't live here.
And
They lost a racetrack back east.
They have. And let me tell you,
garbage.
it's... You know how the fair board is here, so they're just looking for stuff anyway. So just not preaching, just a friendly reminder that those kind of things go a long way. And lastly, there's going to be some hard racing going on. Yep. And you might be involved. So all I want to say is it's all right if you get upset, but just don't show it on the racetrack. I mean, this is a big event, and there's going to be lots of new faces and stuff probably around. So just think about it before you go ballistic and lose your mind.
Take a cool down lap.
Cool.
Yes.
Kevin, I appreciate that. Yes, and why, that's I just keep coming back to that because they said that track back east, they dumped oil on the ground. Come on, guys. Don't do stuff like that.
Unacceptable, guys. We're not third graders. We all know better than that. So
it's just like using the national parks, folks. Pack it in, pack it out. It's that easy.
Right. And remember, no matter what you do and where you finish, roll over the scales just to be on the safe side.
And as Matt Strebe wants everybody to say, woo!
Yep. Check your tires. Make sure you got those on right. Be safe. Be smart. Looking forward to seeing everybody. I'll be down there tomorrow afternoon, probably around 4-ish. I got to work on the walls. I got some cool stuff going to be happening. So
He does have some cool stuff.
And I'll see you Saturday morning.
Saturday?
Hey.
So you're not going to be there for the pre-race show?
These retired guys.
Not retired yet.
Well, no, it's not retired. It's more like... Never mind, I'm not going to say it.
Go ahead.
Retarded.
Thank you, Lippy. I'm glad you said it. He won't beat you, but he will me.
I'm closer.
Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you all down there sometime this weekend. We love you. Take care.
Make it happen. Stop by and see us.
suits